Alright, yo guys, what's going on? It's Rage, and for today's video, it's going to be a little bit different, but this video in particular has been something that's been highly requested of me for a very long time. This is going to be an IW4X installation tutorial. So real quick before I get started with anything, there's two things that I want to mention to you guys. The first thing is that the only thing you're going to need from this is the updater, which I've already gone ahead and left a Google Drive link down in the description for you guys so you guys can download this. And now the second thing that I want to mention is that this tutorial is more so based for those of you guys that already have Modern Warfare 2 on Steam. I personally don't have IW4X by itself completely cracked without having Steam Modern Warfare 2 already. And for those of you guys that do have Modern Warfare 2 cracked without having it on Steam, I'm sure this process will work the exact same way because literally all we're doing here is just taking the updater, putting it into the Modern Warfare 2 files and running it. So again, just to be very clear, I'm going off what I already know. Again, I have Modern Warfare 2 on Steam. I don't have it cracked. I don't know how to get it cracked, so I just want to make that clear. So now to go ahead and get started with everything, I personally have two separate drives. I have a C drive, which is my SSD, and then I have the D drive, which is just the regular hard drive. For those of you guys that do have two separate drives, being an SSD and just the regular hard drive, I personally did this. You guys don't have to do this. I personally have two copies of each of the Modern Warfare 2 files on both drives because I want my hard drive to have IW4X, and then the Steam version will just stay alone on the SSD. Again, you guys really don't have to keep them separated. It's more of just a personal preference kind of thing. So it's really as simple as taking the updater, dropping it into your Modern Warfare 2 files, and running it. Go ahead, click run, and then we'll get this all started. Now this should come up. Pretty straightforward. Welcome to the IW4X installer. What do you want to do? Install, update, repair. Since we're going to be installing it, just hit 1 and enter. Warning, this operation will delete each file that does not belong to MW2 or IW4X. Now, this is a reason as to why I have it on two separate drives, so I don't have to worry about it interfering on one specific drive. It's now validating and repairing the MW2 base game. Again, if you have Modern Warfare 2 cracked, I'm assuming it's going to work the exact same way. So now that it's finished validating all of the base game files for MW2, it's going to ask you if you want to download all of the DLC. Just go ahead and hit yes, and it'll start downloading. Obviously, depending on your internet speed, it might take some time, and I personally would go ahead and just install all of the DLC because on some specific servers for IW4X there are custom maps. Alright, so now all of my DLC is finished installing. You should have 8 map packs. Stimulus Resurgence, Nuketown, Classics 1 and 2, Cargo Ship Winter, which I think is actually a pretty cool map. It's a winter version of Wet Work from COD 4. The 7th one called the Resurrection Pack, and Recycled Pack. It's already gone ahead, validated, installed all the missing files if need be, or if for some reason IW4X was outdated and went ahead and downloaded the newest version. Everything should be fine now. IW4X and all DLCs are installed. Go ahead and exit. And now in the Modern Warfare 2 folder, instead of having the original IW4MP, it was replaced with IW4X, so if you go to play Steam again, you will have to validate your game files, or at least it'll say that something's outdated. If you guys don't know how to validate your game files, go into Steam, MW2 Multiplayer, right-click, go to Properties, and then Local Files, and then verify the integrity of game files. So what'll happen with that is it'll go ahead and rid all of the IW4X files, so if you want to play IW4X again, you'll have to run the updater, and then instead of hitting install, you hit number 2, which is repair. It could be the second or third option, but go ahead and repair it, and then it'll just replace all the files, then you'll be all good to go again. So now everything should be working properly. IW4X, this screen should load up, and now since I went ahead and reinstalled it, you should get this screen. Welcome to IW4X, I understand. Go ahead, join into a game, be sure that your source is on internet, refresh, now all the lists should start popping up. And now there should be a pop-up on your desktop that says something like Windows Firewall has blocked some features, just go ahead and allow access, obviously. And now from this point in time, as soon as you've gone ahead and fixed all your graphics settings, all your controls, you can go ahead, jump into a server, start playing legitimately to rank up, or if you want, you can go to Barracks, unlock stats, unlock, and it'll put you at 1070. Also, if you want, you can do a /custom title in the console, and then it'll go ahead and then change the title, you know, all sorts of cool stuff like that. There also is a theater mode for IW4X. If you guys go to options, then game, just be sure that auto recording is on. It'll keep the last 30 games you've played. Also more multiplayer options, change your name, packets, lag meter, all sorts of stuff like that. Everything else as far as the options, controls, audio, everything's pretty straightforward with that. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. I tried my absolute best to keep it as straightforward as possible. If you guys have any more questions, comments, concerns, obviously go ahead and leave those down in the comment section below, and I'll try to respond to you guys as fast as I can, try to help you guys out some more if you need it. So once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was straightforward enough for you guys, and yeah, it's been Rage. I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.